It's crazy because everybody is typing it right now.
True.
That's the really cool thing to see.
True. They're also talking about the fact that we are now in Elimination Finals, which still, in fact, involves Walshy, Dawg, and Cxti, who have made their way to top 3, but they're going to be going up against Pugsy, Phazon, and Snowy, a team that I looked at beforehand, and I expected, you know, experience and company to take them out. But that did not happen. They are proving as to why this team core is still incredibly strong, and of course why they are the #1 seed of the tournament today.
And first game, we're going over to Great Hall, which was a stage that the red team was victorious on previously. So victorious that their opponent ended up banning said stage the very next game.
You talk about that signature coverage they had on the soft platforms, very similar here of Phazon. It was Phazon on the right-hand side, almost sneaking one off the top. And for a change, because we haven't seen this in at least 3 games, the red team falls first. Walshy has been borderline impossible to knock out. Like, actually, they had no answer to him. Or Cxti, for that matter. And Phazon, Pugsy, and Snowy not really trying to replicate what happened with them a little while ago.
Phazon still living. I'm telling you, man, every time that Walshy has hit like a neutral signature that sends at 45 degrees, 9 of those end up not KOing, and then 1 of them does. Those 45-degree angles, I cannot stress enough how tough that can be sometimes to knock out, especially in 3v3. It kind of changes a lot, specifically with 3v3 on the bigger maps that aren't the same as like 2v2 maps.
Yeah, also, I'm very impressed by Dawg's play. Not only where he got that reversal ground pound off the side of the screen before, but he has been in dead center with the most damage and says, that's fine, I'm ready, I want all the smoke. Like, he is boxing with everyone and still hasn't fallen.
He's still Schlivin. We'll see if he can make it through Pugsy's second stock as well. Pugsy over on the wall. In comes Snowy. Axe in light, hoping to hit the bottom side of that recovery and send Cxti down. Pugsy on final stock. We could see Walshy there pretty shortly, though. Same thing for Cxti, but also same thing for Phazon.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty common theme that's happened to Pugsy, too. Difference is that Pugsy at least gets a lot of knockouts in the midst of all this. So, see if Phazon can hold on to that second one. Cxti is pretty damaged as well, trying to avoid that recovery. Pugsy covering, though, as soon as he saw that he used the jump, figured that he would not try to commit to a dodge or something there.
Lead now favoring blue team. We have a 2v2 happening on the left and a 1v1 happening on the right. We're seeing Cxti seems to be focused a little bit more on the left than Pugsy, who's on the main platform. Oh, a little bit of a team damage coming out there. Ended up hitting on the main platform, so bounced off of that rather than going straight down. That could have put, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Snowy in a really bad spot off of that bow ground pound from Phazon.
Well, it's a great W right now for the blue team, taking out Walshy early, and Dawg is currently suffering as well. So he's going to fall, but Dawg, again, still so damaged, and Cxti's taking that much more each time. But we get rid of Phazon. Dawg held on for a long time on that stock. It is going to finally fall here, though, Sparky.
Cxti doesn't take too much damage during the time when he was alone as Dawg was spawning back in. Neutral Sig gonna lead to the KO. It's now Dawg in the 1v3. The best hope is to take out Pugsy, but I think if we see what we saw previously in the Cody Travis set, Pugsy's going to play this one back, play carefully.
Yep, just only throwing out dares, not trying to go anywhere near. Team combo line up for them up at the top. They got plenty out of it. Recovery going to force them to have to take a very safe route on the way down. And there he is going out to Pugsy, but instant neutralize into a punish. Great job forcing their hand to try and go at them. That was incredibly strong 3v1 play, because that is something that if you're on that top platform, it's not far-fetched that Dawg can sneak out a KO off the top if you overextend. They never let him get it, though.
Yep. He tried it. He wanted it. That's probably the right choice to make in this moment. That at least like leaves Pugsy down on the main platform, so you're fighting the 2v1 rather than the 3v1, because you see once he moved down, all of a sudden, Pugsy's now activated. Pugsy's in the game, and even though Pugsy tried to run away for a moment, immediate turnaround into the sword neutral light, which led to the combo, ending in Pugsy's neutral signature, taking off the top.
Yeah, Pugsy understanding, like, look, I don't need to engage. I just need to be there to finish the job. And that's exactly what Pugsy's been doing well as a teammate throughout this. And that was what led them to the game one. I am in no way, shape, surprised, though, that we ran it back here, because the stage worked out well for them earlier. Yeah, they held DL on the first game. Doesn't mean that it can't work for them here in game number 2.
Game 1 is certainly not always the determiner for the outcome of the set. But again, last game we have Snowy doing the lion's share of the work for this team. 700 plus damage, 5 KOs as well. So Snowy is going to work.
It's kind of what we expect out of Snowy, too, with the Dawson. Like, this is... he is going to be one of the main ones getting the job done outside of when he lines it up for Pugsy. Phazon has been incredibly solid at team combos too, but he's also been able to take the wheel when he needs. Tries to catch Cxti. Cxti misses the wall on the way down. That could have easily been a wall touch. Unfortunately, just misjudges it, and that's actually 3 falling shortly after.
Phazon has the weapon spawn in the middle of the field. Snowy without one. Walshy actually comes back in, and he's able to grab it before Snowy. There is a weapon spawn in the field. Snowy kind of slowly making his way over, grabs the gauntlets. We are going to see a KO on Phazon from Dawg.
Snowy doing his best to box between the two of them. Walshy not able to find a knockout with that recovery, even as high up as he was.
Phazon taking 3 hits pretty quick. Oh, this could be rough. The back-to-back inlights, that's going to add like 38 to 40 damage on these stocks.
And now just, I mean, Pugsy is at least doing slightly better, taking less damage, but what a call from Snowy, taking him out off the top. And the red team already really unhealthy here too. Cxti actually, excuse me, that was Dawg in center trying to find his way back down to a weapon, hopefully, but they are just weapon starving so well.
That's dodge burn from Walshy. He's able to get back to the main platform, so the dodge is off of cooldown now, but that dodge came out super early. That could have been rough for Walshy. Maybe he felt safe enough because Cxti was there right on the corner to provide that relief. Phazon is going to find the KO onto Walshy. Dawg in danger of being taken out of this game, possibly giving the victory to Pugsy, Phazon, and Snowy, leading them to a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Cxti doing his best to try and break up every team combo he can. He broke up at least one at the top and throwing up plenty of recoveries and nairs to try and stop them from getting the Dawg. But Dawg is in the most dangerous spot of them all. That is not a stock you could afford to have drop right now. If you could get rid of Snowy's, it's not so bad, but Cxti's going to fall. That's one less person to help out Dawg.
Exactly.
And Dawg sneaks his way in.
That's the really scary thing, is you take out Cxti, okay, he has 1 stock left, but that gives the momentary power play with the man advantage to then focus on Dawg and take him out. They weren't able to do it in the meantime. Snowy has Dawg over on the corners there. Weapon toss that comes out. No! He was hunting for the second side air, hoping to maybe get some overlap in the red team and pick both of them up.
Yeah, this is essentially a 3v1, and now it definitely is, because there was not much that Cxti could really do to help Dawg. Dawg couldn't engage, and that's going to lead at least to 1 knockout, but they have no other options as the D-Light into side air is going to take him out off the side. 2-game lead for Pugsy, Phazon, and Snowy.
Again, Snowy doing the most damage on his team. Picked up half, well, a little bit under half of the KOs. This time it was 4 versus 5. So Snowy, he's just doing so much work here. I swear, Snowy is like a pickup truck, but he's like maybe he's like a F350. Because, like, he's able to haul, man. He's able, you hook up a big old trailer, you're like, there ain't no way that truck's going to pull that trailer. Snowy pulls that trailer.
While still being efficient.
Absolutely.
Somehow fuel efficient is Snowy. Going through all of these teams. No stamina issues. This man is going ham with, 2 teammates that we looked at. We talked about earlier, like, hey, this is kind of like a breakup of all the big teams. And the strength of Pugsy and Phazon has always been really good, but it's been with the normal pairings. And now here with this, it's like, hey, look, we still got the ace up our sleeve with Snowy. And they have all been in great synchronization. They have been working phenomenally together. That's why they're currently up 2, and we're going to see a change of pace. They still want a box, though. It's going to be on the Turtles' lair.
We'll see how they end up playing this map, because we've seen it a few times this weekend. I actually don't remember how much we saw it in South America to see how they play it. But we'll see if they kind of spread things out a little bit more. They have been going to Great Hall several times, which is a little bit more of a claustrophobic map. So they might not be afraid, but they also seems like they want to spread out just a little bit. We actually just saw 2 2v1s happening, and then like 1 person kind of rotating back and forth in the middle.
Yeah, that's what we expected to see on this stage the most, but most of the time everybody's just like fighting for their lives over on the right platform. We've only seen a few times where Small Grumpy Temple kind of came in, which is a very similar stage layout, but less room to work with in the middle, that higher platform up in the center. I think for Dawg, Walshy, and Cxti, they wanted to try and pull off that big coverage play they had with Bryn earlier. It's not been too far off, but it's actually, never mind, this is an extremely even game all of a sudden.
Now, one thing I'm wondering is we do see the skin swap coming out from Dawg, whereas previously Dawg and Cxti were playing not on the same skin, but very similar
Close
skins
enough,
that each had like the pointy ear crown or whatever coming out of the top. So I'm not sure if this swap is just like I'm going to swap my skin because I want to, or if this is like I'm worried in when all of the bodies are converging on a single point, I want to be able to know exactly where I am and where my teammates are.
Luckily, it didn't seem like there was too much of that earlier.
Yeah, I would agree as well. That's why I bring covering up. It could just because he wanted to swap skin.
Yeah, sometimes that is a thing, though. Like, you get caught in the middle of, like, all the sauce going on, and you just don't realize, oh, I'm moving the wrong character because I'm over on the other side. A recovery play from Walshy trying to catch him in disguise, but Pugsy not paying attention to the incoming Doom. That was, I think that was Cxti who caught him on the left.
So one thing that is scary about this map is that middle area, especially because we have so many axes on the board. An axe recovery or an axe ground pound can cover so much of that area. You also have slide charge options there, so if we're looking at a Bryn down signature, I mean really on either weapon, but I'm looking specifically at spears, that's what we just saw, that covers so much of that area as well.
Right now the problem has just been Snowy existing, period, as he gets him over on the side, instantly switching his target to Cxti, knowing that Cxti wanted to go in and help Dawg. His mental awareness of everybody around him has been such a problem. However, they do find one. Can they get two? Yes, they do. That's what gets them back in the game.
And we're basically tied here, but Pugsy, Phazon, and Snowy are up 2-0 in this set. Seeing Phazon trying to put in work on the Dawg. Dawg taking some serious damage. Same thing goes for Cxti. Edgeguard set up. Phazon doesn't pursue it. He actually turns away, throws a sider in the other direction, wanting to fend away any blue team players or red team players that are coming in to try and provide some relief.
I think that's been my favorite thing about Phazon all day is his ability to stop pressuring when his reward is happening, because what matters more is that your teammate survives. And Pugsy with that weapon toss down, almost lining up, but Dawg got in the way to try and do exactly that. Now, however, Walshy in the worst spot you could ask for, a 3v1 down with everybody pretty healthy. You have to hope for a Gimp, and that's probably not going to happen here instead of the way they're controlling all the platforms.
So we have the opportunity for two players to stay on each main platform. It doesn't actually end up happening as he moves up, goes to the left, and Walshy ends up being taken out, and that's going to be the 3-0. But the possibility for the ending there is you have one player on the left platform, you have one player on the right platform, and then you could have Snowy just going down in, throwing out gigantic axe hitboxes. Okay, maybe you get through, and you're safe from that. Okay, now you're looking at a player on your left and a player on your right, ready to punish you after you had to dodge through the axe ground pound.
No, I need confirmation because I actually looked back. I think, hey, by the way, which side of the graphic are they on?
Huh?
Can somebody tell me which side of the graphic they're on? All I'm saying is I still need to check everybody's PayPal accounts from to make sure there's no payments from Ice Ping earlier. But amazing run, of course, from Cxti. We just watched them.
Walshy
and Dawg.
It's okay.
We literally just watched them, and I'm already forgetting.
It's okay. It was me earlier.